Plaintiffs Roger Robinson, his wife Christina, and their daughter Tracy say Tracy was married to the defendant until he cheated on her with his best friend's wife, who is with the defendant in court today. Roger and Christina are suing their former son-in-law because they claim he damaged their basketball hoop. Defendant Ted Shields and his wife Renee insist Ted was never unfaithful to Tracy, and he also says he never damaged the plaintiff's basketball hoop. John's countersuing his former in-laws for harassment because he claims the plaintiffs made false claims against him with Child Protective Services.
Start with you all.
Your Honor, I've known Ted for over 20 years. Him and my daughter went to high school together. They ended up getting married and having two children. And I always thought Ted was an honest person until he started cheating on my daughter with his best friend's wife, which is his wife now.
I never cheated on her.
How do you know?
How do I know?
Yes, ma'am.
Because every time I babysat for them, every time he came into my house, he was on the phone with her.
You'd hear him talking to her.
Yes, and when I asked him who he was talking to, he would say Renee. And I said, you talk to her more than you do my daughter, and she's your wife. And he said, yeah, I know.
Okay.
So.
You want to answer that specifically, or?
I never cheated on her, Your Honor.
No, that conversation.
No.
How long was she your mother-in-law?
Roughly about maybe 6, 7 years.
Was it a nice experience?
It's had its moments.
My mother-in-law and I are fine. Never had, as far as I know, she ain't talked about me. Yeah,
she's a terrific lady.
Never had a disagreement. So I got lucky. That's right. You even know. You're a witness. Yeah, terrific lady.
She's wonderful.
Sylvia
I actually
Reese.
never thought that we had a problem because Ted and I always got along. We never had bad words.
Okay, until you start hearing him on the phone.
Exactly.
All right. What do you want to say about your husband, ex-husband, if you will?
Well, I caught him in the laundry room one night, and you know they
were what?
Well, at that point in time, they sort of went away from each other when I caught
laundry
him.
room?
Our laundry room in our home, mine and my ex-husband's laundry room. Because they always came over. Her and her husband always came over.
So her and her husband were there.
Sitting on the machine, spin cycle.
On spin. That's good one. So her and her husband came over.
We were having a bonfire, so we were all outside.
Everybody's outside but the two of them.
Yep.
All right, and what did you say that time?
Well, I let it go. I let it go at that point, and later I confronted him. He's like, well, we wasn't doing anything. She was giving me aspirin. I'm like, okay.
Hold on.
I believe that one.
She was giving me what?
Aspirin,
Oh.
Medication,
How did you all end your marriage? When did it end and why? And tell me about that.
Well, he just come to me and said, I'm not in love with you anymore. I don't want the family life. And so that was that. So
how long after that did he begin dating his witness who's here with him today?
Well, once her and her husband pretty much ended their divorce, they pretty much moved in together.
How long after you all?
Oh, it wasn't very long. I'm not,
Okay.
I can't tell dates, but it wasn't very long.
Let me hear from you all. You want to give me any background, or you want to move right into the case?
Let's just go right into the
All
case.
right. Personal property is suing for $500. How?
The day that he come to pick up his kids on the Sunday for his week to take them, the grandkids, I think he was upset because the grandkids didn't want to go with him the day that they got married. When them two got married,
They were loyal to mom, and
yeah, it was her time to have them. So he could have picked a week when he was supposed to have them
to get married.
Get married to have them. Well, I think he was upset, and then when he left our house, he backed up into the basketball.
The basketball hoop.
You think he did it intentionally?
I don't know. I don't think he did it intentionally, but he backed up faster than he should have, and hit it, and then he squealed his tires, taking off, leaving the property. And I have the pictures, and I have a witness that actually was out there that seen the whole thing.
And did you ever speak to him about it?
I did. I spoke with him on the Wednesday after that when I was supposed to pick up my kids, and I said, so are you going to pay for the basketball hoop that you backed into? And he said, I never backed into the basketball hoop. I said, I have a witness that witnessed you doing that.
Who was your witness?
Deborah.
Okay. Let me hear from you, and then I'll hear from the witness. Sir?
I had showed up on the Sunday in question when I picked up my children. I had gotten married the day before. Both of my children had expressed wanting to come to my wedding. Their mother said they were going to let them come to my wedding. They also told a counselor that when my children had asked their mother about it, their mother had made the comment that she never made the comment that she was going to bring them to the wedding and whatnot. When I showed up to pick up the children, it was just like any other day. They got in the vehicle. I slowly backed up out of the driveway, put it in, backed into a little cubby hole.
But they missed the wedding the day before.
Yes, they did.
You weren't bothered by that?
I was upset, yes, but I didn't take it out on any personal property.
Ma'am, do you want to speak as the
Yes,
witness?
Your Honor, I would like
Stand
to.
up and state your name.
My name is Deborah Ann Allerding. We came back from a camping trip. Well, first, we went camping that weekend. The children did not want to go to their wedding. Tracy asked them 3 times. We offered to take them. They did not want to go. We came home Sunday after the camping trip. I came over to say goodbye to the kids. As I was coming out of the fence, they pulled into the driveway. So I was watching as they backed out. She never lifted her head. He was talking to Hazen, and he came fast. I had to move out of the way like this, or I would have gotten hit. He went back, he hit the basketball hoop, and he squealed out. Then that's what I saw.
So if I had squealed out, why isn't there any marks on the pavement?
Don't ask me. I don't know. All I do know is this woman seems like a nice little church lady from head to toe. I don't believe she coming here lying. Just don't believe it.
I have.
You go to church, ma'am? Ma'am, you go to church, don't you?
Yes, I do. And I own my own company.
Thank you.
Your
I
Honor.
have statements from my children stating that they do
You
not
on time
believe
with
that
your
I
tithe
did
and
it.
offering? You are caught up?
Oh, yes, sir. My pastor's name is John.
Pastor John?
Pastor John.
What will he tell me if I call him?
That I'm a very good person and I don't lie.
Now that's a lie. Do a little white lie every now and then.
Well, to the IRS.
I have statements from my children that were in the vehicle that state that.
Your
they don't-
children?
Yes, I do.
Your children? Let me
That
see.
state
What
that
do
they
they
do not
say?
believe that I hit it.
What do you say to this, ma'am?
I asked the kids. They said, I don't know, is what they told me. And you know, frankly, I did not bring
I
my
did
kids
not
into
feel a
this.
jerk, and it felt normal. I don't think he hit it because there was no jerk and the car was not damaged. He was not going that fast, but when he pulled out, he was going a little faster. And then we left. Sir?
It ain't no different than when I've always pulled out of the driveway before.
They say pulled out. They didn't say backing up. You're right. Counterclaim for harassment. So how does she owe you for harassment?
I've been harassed by this family and them ever since 2010.
Tell me
Back
how.
in 2010, when I found out that my ex-wife had moved her and my children into a pedophile's house. We were in the
A convicted pedophile?
Yep.
No, he was not.
We were in
He is now.
a
He's in
custody
prison.
order, or
He's
in
in
a custody
prison?
suit.
Yes, sir, he is in prison.
The minute she
We were
found
in a
out,
custody suit over
A month later.
change in visitation, and ever since then, I've had protective services called on me for stupid stuff. I've supposedly locked up my food. I've starved my children. I've supposedly physically abused my children.
Do you have any of that?
Yes.
Ma'am?
Your Honor, when I moved the kids into the home, I did not know the situation. Once I found out and they told me to get out, I moved my kids out.
It was reported that Ted and his Renee are always verbally abusive towards Hazen. Ted and Renee were yelling at Hazen, grabbed Hazen's arm, threw him in the van. Also reported that Hazen, this was reported by you, ma'am.
No, I didn't report it. It was reported by my granddaughter, and I was the one that took them to make the report because my granddaughter doesn't drive.
All right, I'm not getting involved in all this mess. You all gonna have to work that out. You all keeping the kids in the middle of this mess.
Mm-hmm.
In the meantime, with regard to this personal property, you all seem equally credible. She seems credible, the kids' letters seem credible, so I don't know who to believe. That means you haven't convinced me. You all have the burden of proving that more likely than not, by preponderance of evidence, what you say occurred. So as a result, your claim is dismissed, yours is dismissed as well. Have a good day.
This is stupid. It
really is stupid.
stupid. It's all over. It's all over a basketball hoop that I'm getting blamed for.
You did.
All right.
No, you didn't, because you
Now,
lied
why
all
in
the
the hell
time.
didn't you call me the day it happened?
You know why? Because you had my kids, and I'm not going to start that because this is what you do
You know
in front of
what?
my
If
kids
you know,
all the
you know
time.
me. As long as I've been
You know
around
what?
you, if you'd have called me that day, I'd have turned around. If I'd have done it, I'd have replaced it that same day.
You took off so fast. How can we
I
catch
left the
you?
driveway maybe
what?
2 miles an hour.
My kids were in the car,
kids,
and
you
I'm
don't
not.
give a
My
that.
you're
You
not
don't give
the.
a
They're more of a mother than you are.
Exactly.